for the following program. If you are easily triggered or offended, please exercise caution while viewing this program, because the hosts really don't care. Warning, this show is not for children, and not for coworkers either.
Oh no! Spaceships! We got a spaceship! Oh my god! Finally, it's happened! It's finally happened, Deacon! We have proof of alien existence!
I've been trying to tell you.
Presented to the Mexican Congress. Alien mummies! We have their bodies.
That shitty AI picture right there. Throw that back up there again, please. I'm just going to do that here. Look, that shitty AI.
Oh, sorry. You said to do it, and then you did it. Yeah.
Picture there. That looks more convincing than the aliens that Peruvian alien bodies.
Deke, you're spelling out my entire joke. Because I am going to show you the aliens from the Mexican Congress.
And I'm one of these people that believes in all of that crap.
You sure? Yeah. Do you feel lied to yet?
Maybe about certain things.
Good morning,
we've
sir.
Been lied to about a lot of things. Yeah. So.
Sure. Yes, we have. Absolutely. It's just hilarious whenever it's like, how stupid do you people think we are?
Oh, we're stupid with the shit that we believe. We have a show talking about fake lies every day that we believe are real. And every time we try to point out that they're fake, we just get made fun of. So we just keep talking about the fake lies all the time and going about this fake little life and this fake little world. So how are you today? How's your fake little world doing?
I'm good.
Fake little world?
I'm good. The girls got up relatively okay. I got them out the door. They showed me their terrarium that they made for their sea creatures.
Awesome.
They're telling me, like, we made a tank for our sea creatures. And I'm like, you don't have sea creatures. What are you talking about? They're talking about a cardboard box. They opened a cardboard box and put toys inside, and now it's in a terrarium tank. Absolutely. I was like, okay. And my youngest daughter just about had a meltdown like that. Like, where are we going to put it while we sleep? It's going to put it on a table. We don't want it on the floor. And I'm like, that is a cardboard box.
No, it's a terrarium, and if you put it on the floor, a monster will get it, JJ.
Yes,
good God, don't you realize this? This is common knowledge.
I know. You have to just give in to their imagination as much as you can, because
no, don't look at it that
no, you
way.
should. No, you need to.
Listen, don't look at it that way. Don't look at it like you have to give in to their imagination. You have to have imagination.
Yeah.
Don't give up your imagination. Did you used to have? I don't think you were the little kid with the imagination.
Oh,
you were like the kid with the stick, and you walked around with a stick, and like hit shit with a stick. It wasn't a sword.
No, I was not like that. No. Okay. I made a whole fort out of scraps and stuff. No, but of course, when we were kids, like you basically had imagination and dirt. That's all we had. So you better have some imagination. Yeah, no, like they're just anyway. So I had a great day.
I'm going to be a kid until the day I die, is what I always said. I'm going to be the oldest kid in the history, but I will never lose my sense of imagination and shit like that. I don't know why. I don't know. Like, you see me when Lily wanted to talk to me yesterday, I'm just like, what's that? That's cool.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know why.
You know, if I had spent more time yesterday getting ready for today's show, I probably would have blocked some time to drag Lily in here and put her on camera, you know. But honestly, they got up and they were playing, and I was like, y'all do whatever. Yeah. So, hey, we haven't seen Richter in a minute, or he hasn't talked to us. But look at this. He said he didn't even know about the aliens being real or that Mexico had a Congress.
That's the most surprising thing that I had out of that whole situation. It's the most surprising thing. I was like,
God,
Mexico most got a Congress? Because at first I was like, the Mexican people are presenting aliens to our Congress. And then I was like, wait a minute. Mexico's
Why are they doing that? Yeah,
I thought they had a cartel and a president, and that's it.
Oh, He got a new job and spent the weekend in total debauchery.
Oh, gross.
Richter.
Man.
Maybe Richter needs a dad. Maybe that's why he shows up here sometimes. Richter, do you need a dad?
You need
a
talking to.
Debauchery. Okay, let's do culture stuff.
Yeah,
so that we can go multicultural.
All right. Yeah, we want to learn about aliens and stuff. So let's do a song today. Our song today, I was just listening to some music this morning. I was like, I love this song. You've probably never heard this song, and probably no one has ever heard this song that's listening. It's by Toad the Wet Sprocket. I love that band, and it's called the Nightingale Song. It's a very short song. It's only about 2 minutes long, but it's very good, and I really like it. It just came up through.
Toad the Wet Sprocket.
They're still touring. He's still touring. And if they come back around the area, I will. He's on my bucket list bands to see. Toad the Wet Sprocket.
Really?
They are probably one of my if I had to list my all-time like 5 top favorite bands of all time, Toad the Wet Sprocket would be in my 5 bands of all time.
Sorry about that.
They've never done a song that I have not like really enjoyed.
Top 5?
Yeah, absolutely. They are really good. They have every song that they have done I enjoy. So you've got to list it. I mean, there's even bands that I like. Pink Floyd has done songs that I'm just like, I'm just not a fan of Pink. I'm just not a fan of that song. But Pink Floyd's been through with 3 different bands over the course of their decade. The Toad the Wet Sprocket is just this is a good song. They're a good band. The quintessential 90s.
There's your playlist.
Band. Yeah,
I mean, I really haven't heard of them. Haven't heard from them in very long time. They just
put out an album like last year or 2020 or some shit like that or whatnot. Here, I can look that up real quick.
This definitely has a mid late 90s like
absolutely. That came off of Dulcinea. No, I don't remember what album that one came off of. All You Want is the new album. They're on an All You Want tour. Let's look and see where they're at. They're in Milwaukee, Danville, Kentucky. No kidding.
Oh,
that is Saturday.
They're your neighbors.
Saturday, so I'm not going to be able to make it that one since my Saturday is crazy filled. I'm not going to be able to see. They're going to be in Louisville on October the 11th. That one actually. There's the winery in Nashville. We might be going and seeing Toad the Wet Sprocket in October. Holy moly, that right there.
Sorry for the show derailment, guys. Deke just started booking tickets to concerts. I got cold. It's only 95 degrees out now. I'm freezing. Good morning. Okay, good morning, everybody. If you haven't already, please hit like and subscribe. And you're welcome at any time to come over and hang out with us on Discord, where we post memes and news stories and all kinds of nonsensical stuff. I'm JJ. That's Deacon. And this show is Your Two Dads, where we meet every morning to talk about the news and culture, politics, pop culture, but not Ahsoka. We're not going to talk about Ahsoka. I kind of like it, but Deke don't want to talk about it. So, like other kind of stuff. Let us know what you guys are into. Have you guys been watching Ahsoka? Did you watch the latest episode yet? I want to know. Okay. Guys, our top story of the day. This is very possibly the kind of news that shakes the earth. It can change everything. A UFOologist and journalist has presented evidence before the Congress of Mexico that aliens have been on Earth and that we have their bodies. He displayed them before Congress in a glass case. Amazing. The session, which is unprecedented in the Mexican Congress, took place 2 months after we had our UFO committee session in the United States. And let's see, here we go. In an hour committee hearing, we had 2 Air Force intelligence officer and a couple of pilots claimed that the U.S. government has been aware of non-human activity since the 1930s. non-human activity. Let's just make sure we're using the right terminology here. Non-human. Okay. You got questions? Because
I don't have questions. I want you to get through your stuff, and then I'm going to propose to you a a theory that they are calling a conspiracy theory, but this theory, it's logical to me.
Okay. All right.
And I'm going to propose this in a bit.
All right. Okay. Mexican journalist Jose Jaime Mawson presented 2 boxes with mummies that he says were found in Peru. And he claims that he and others consider non-human beings that are not part of our terrestrial evolution. So we have non-human activity since the 1930s, and we have non-human beings that are not part of not part of evolution on Earth. Now, the bodies were shriveled, right? Shrunken. And their heads were a little warped, but they left everybody in the entire chamber just aghast. And they quickly kicked up social media fervor. Although, I mean, I personally didn't see any social media, but I don't speak Mexican social media, so I guess I probably missed it. It's the queen of all evidence, Mawson said, and that is, if the DNA is showing us that they are non-human beings and there's nothing that looks like this in the world, we should take it as such. Now, this article, let me bring the text up here. This article here doesn't include any photographs from the Mexican Congress, other than this one, which is quite a wide shot. We're not able to see much here, but I mean that's quite an assembly building, Deke. And you know, if this is actually this is not even from the assembly. This is from the inauguration of the president. Who is this? ABC News. You guys put zero effort into this story. ABC News. You didn't get. You're talking about aliens and no photos. You're talking about the Mexican Congress, and you show like a 5-year-old photo from their inauguration. Okay, but don't worry.
You had one job, and you nailed it.
Don't worry, guys. I got your back. I went and I found the story with photographic evidence. So let me go back to
it and picked the second thing down. Way to go, JJ. Thank you so much for your hard work.
I did more work than ABC News.
Did more work than ABC, so I guess that's true.
Hey, and as we've already heard some people on Earth say, we are at least as credible as ABC News.
Right, we are. Some people.
Those people might be here on the show. So here is this is a story from the Independent. Let me pull this one up. The Independent says that alien corpses shown to Congress as UFO expert is forced to testify under oath. Where's my screen? Here we go. Alleged non-human. Look at this non-human. Isn't that evidence of a non-human right there, Deke? It does. Deke, you don't look convinced. You don't look convinced, sir. Now,
it is definitely odd looking, isn't it?
Yeah, it does not look human. It does not look human. It does look like it's covered in dirt. I don't know how clear the picture is for you, but it does look like there's dirt sprinkled on it, like a lot of dirt. It also
you said that they sprinkled the dirt on there
just to give it some authenticity.
They didn't even hit. It might have been dirt on there that they've tried to clean off, but they've decided that no, we're just going to leave that dirt. It's been there for a long time.
They placed this thing in this box.
I'm going to call you out on your bullshit, just like I call out the fucking media on their fucking bullshit. You use certain words, and I'm going to call you out on those words. That's what I do.
It's this fellow that presented this evidence, Jose Jaime Mawson.
Right.
He also presented similar evidence back in 2017.
Right.
I think it was in 2017 where he had found some. In 2017, Mawson made similar claims in Peru, and a report by the country's prosecutor's office found. I'm just going to leave this amazing evidence up here right here. A report by the country's prosecutor's office found that the bodies presented in 2017, as opposed to this very authentic and real looking evidence, were actually quote.
Watch, you're doing the same. You are doing the same shit that the mainstream media does.
No. This is the evidence they presented. I'm saying this is the evidence.
You're adding your little fucking flavors in there. That the same things that to brainwash. I'm pointing it out because I haven't had my chance to speak yet.
All right. I'm going to give you a chance to speak. In 2017, Mawson made similar claims in Peru, and a report by the county's prosecutor's office found that bodies were actually, quote, recently manufactured dolls, which has been covered in a mixture of paper and synthetic glue to simulate the presence of skin. They are not the remains of ancestral aliens that have been that they have tried to present. Mm-hmm. And so in 2017, the ones that he presented to Peru were paper mache. But
did they like grab it and break it away like you can do to paper mache and prove to everybody it's paper mache? Or are we just supposed to take this fucking guy's word instead of this word?
The prosecutor, we're supposed to believe the UFOologist over the Peruvian prosecutor.
Exactly.
Good point.
So let me point out something, JJ.
Believe your eyes.
If me and you were digging in your fucking yard and we come up with something that was crazy and we're like, oh my God, this is crazy. And what is this? And we can't believe what this is. I don't care what it is. Whatever your little brain. Okay, go ahead and do this.
Finish. I'm fine. Sorry. We got Richter here.
No, we will not be able to get to my point unless you go ahead and do this. So go
I'm
ahead
gonna wait. I'm gonna wait.
No, I'm not talking. Do your stuff.
All right. I'm sorry.
No,
Richter had a comment.
Go ahead.
It's very funny.
Go ahead with the comment.
He said it's a piñata. Richter says it's a piñata. Okay. All right. We'll move past it.
Okay. All right.
What do you got to say?
I don't have anything to say because it's pointless for me to even try to talk about this with you. I'm not trying to insult you or anything, but I would like to have a logical conversation with somebody about this. And I don't think you are going to give me a logical opinion on this because you think it's hokey, ridiculous, and you'll never believe it. So I'm not insulting you or anything. I'm just saying I don't want to waste my breath.
Okay. All right. Sorry. Do you? I pulled up the photo from the Independent. That is the photo from the Independent that they are saying was actually presented.
Okay. Maybe. I don't care. Maybe it is. I don't know. Aliens don't exist, and we all live in a world that nothing happens. It's fucking.
There's a second
pharmaceutical
photo.
Pills and everybody just drink your Kool-Aid and go about your fucking day.
All right. They also presented scans of what they allege are scans of the inside of the aliens that had eggs, and there's a wide shot of the presentation. So obviously, I think somebody's not telling the truth here. It could be the Peruvian prosecutor, or it could be the journalist. My obvious hunch is that this UFOologist, Jose Jaime Mawson, I think that he's probably got an agenda.
He probably has an agenda.
Does that mean aliens don't exist? No, it doesn't mean that aliens doesn't exist.
He's probably trying to make a name for himself by ostracizing himself in his own fucking community. Like, he would come out and say this in order to make a name for himself because it's going to make him famous in his community. I don't fucking think so. Him coming out and saying shit like this, he's going to turn into exactly what every other fucking person that has tried to come out and make a claim like this. They have two fucking idiot dads on a fucking podcast in the morning making fun of them like every other person is making fun of them. They ostracize them and poke fun and make fun, and everybody says you're a big fucking kook. So, all right. So they're just big fucking kooks. All right. So that's what we're supposed to say. That's the narrative that's fed. Let's keep regurgitating the narrative. This guy's a fucking Looney Tunes kook that made a fucking piñata out of paper mache and is trying to pass it off so that he can gain notoriety.
I think that he was forced to testify.
Did somebody hold a gun to his head? Nobody.
I don't know. I don't know the rules in Mexico, but if you brought before the Congress, he might have been forced to testify.
What do I know? What do I know? I don't know anything. I'm just a moron with an opinion.
I'm not trying to discredit everybody that believes in UFOs, but this is, in my judgment, not authentic.
You believe in an invisible UFO. Why can't I believe in a different UFO?
You can believe in a UFO.
Okay.
I'm saying you can believe in whatever you want, Deke, but there's people out there that are trying to take up your position, your defense, believing things that you believe, and presenting false evidence. That doesn't bolster your case.
There are people out there presenting false evidence in order to discredit the actual one piece of evidence that comes out. Because if I had one true piece of evidence that was real and I was a nefarious government that I didn't want, government, rich person, what the fuck ever, why they're trying to suppress this information and keep a narrative that Columbus sailed the 7 seas and found the earth and blah, 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 and all this regurgitated history bullshit that we've been fed our whole lives in school. We've been lied to our whole lives. And when one single piece of evidence, now that we have technology that's actually scanning the fucking Amazon jungle, and we're going, holy fuck, there were cities everywhere here. There's irrigation. There's roads.
Yeah, that's true.
It's all fucking been covered up with jungle that we haven't been able to see for thousands of years, but now we have because we've got LiDAR. All right. So when we have these little pieces of information that we are presenting now, that's like, look at this. Isn't this weird? If I wanted you to not believe that piece of information, I'm going to hire 15 fucking guys with a position at least as good as yours or higher and give them a shit ton of fucking money to lie about this shit and make this one piece of evidence and this one guy look like a fucking lunatic. That's all we've got to do is make him look like a lunatic by presenting evidence and saying, I'm a doctor. I've got just as many degrees as him, and he's crazy. You need to believe me. 4 out of 5 dentists say that you've got to chew this gum.
How do you know that this guy isn't the guy that's been hired to make them look bad?
Maybe he is. I'm trying to point out what's going on. This guy's coming up with some, hey, man, we found some mummified shit. Don't it look weird? Well, that looks like a pinata, don't it? That looks like a pinata, Steve. Isn't that a pinata? We're not even giving the fucking guy a chance. We're making fun of him on the show.
Okay.
And all I'm saying is that one of these days when we take our final breath, we're going to know all the answers, and I might be completely fucking wrong. But I might be a sliver right.
Okay. All right. I can tell you're upset about it.
I just don't. I mean,
look.
Do you see how misinformation can get spread from real information that comes out? One piece of real information can come out, and I can completely make that real piece of information null and void by giving you 10 pieces of false information. You won't even consider this piece of information anymore because you're too focused on all the other marionettes dancing around.
No, that's not fair. What is, because I saw this story and then I was like, how come they're not presenting any photos in this story?
Well, that's
how come
true.
they don't?
I agree with that.
Why are they not showing anything that they're describing? So I went and found who was showing it, and it's very obviously a manufactured presentation. Okay, that's obvious.
I don't know.
So if people are out there trying to present true information, fine and fair. But everything else ought to be scrutinized to say, hey, they're fucking lying to us. Somebody's lying to us. either the political people are lying to us, the people in charge are lying to us, or this guy's a grift and he's either trying to get at it.
If we think it's fake, I think the next logical step would be, hey, you've got two of them. We want to believe you. We're going to fucking break off one of the arms and do some tests.
They did that with this guy in Peru 5 years ago, and it was glue and paper. This guy's got a record of lying. Yeah, there's evidence. Okay, do it again. I mean, do it again.
He obviously fucking convinced somebody. He spoke in front of Congress. That's not just like, hey, Jim, you think you can get the VW Hall? I got a couple of dolls I want to show.
Okay. But we've seen people lie to Congress before. You know, I don't believe him just because he's out there talking.
I don't believe him either. Don't get me wrong. I'm not just flat out believing him. I'm trying to point out the hypocrisy that we are showing here on the show, because we make fun of shit all the time, how the left fucking tries to lie and do all this bullshit to try to give us false shit. And we're doing the same thing to this just because you think it's hokey.
Not hokey. I think it's fraud.
Okay.
I think it's fraud.
Okay. What is he trying to get? What's he trying to fraud?
I honestly think he's probably being dragged in there.
What is the positive that he is going to get out of this?
Well, I'd have to dig into this guy and what he's after.
Getting something out of it in order to do it.
I mean, I don't know who this guy is, but if you were dragged before Congress, right?
I mean, you need to find out if he was dragged, forced, gunned, or he went in front of Congress before we just assume all this shit.
Well, the headline of this story, of one of the stories that I read, said he was forced to testify, but I don't have that one handy. So,
well, I believe everything that the media says to me, because that's what we preach every day on this show.
Okay. All right. You want to change the topic? What do you want?
But I'm just saying.
Miss Danger says she believes in UFOs, but this Mexico stuff is not good. Ruining the UFO narrative accidentally or accidentally on purpose.
There's another one. She might be exactly right. You know, are they ruining it on purpose? Are they making you think that it's silly on purpose because they presented some real evidence not too long ago? And now this is one of the things that I told you, we've got to present a bunch of hokey bullshit so that people don't believe it anymore.
So, okay. we had our own UFO commissions or whatever. We have our Department of UFOs in the White House now, or whatever it is in Washington, D.C. And we saw some reports come out, but we've also seen that I think the insiders were saying, hey, there's other black box projects, and they're trying to keep us from knowing what they're actually doing in the black box projects. That could be research and development, it could be weapons development, it could be spy technology, and they don't want that out. So they float and substantiate, and they don't discredit some other stuff like UFO stories. And then we have Chinese spy balloons flying across the United States.
There's a conspiracy theory. This is what I was going to bring up. There's a theory that's out right now that says that the reason that they are doing all this and presenting all this UFO evidence, these countries and stuff around the world, especially in the United States, is because they have this technology to fake a alien attack. They have this ability to create these holograms in the air that are very, very lifelike, that look real, like real things in the air. And they have, the ability to shoot lasers and shit from space and whatnot as well.
Okay.
So the theory is that they are going to, I'm not saying I believe this, I'm saying a theory. The theory is that they are going to simulate an alien attack here in the near future on cities in order to bolster, like they did with 9/11, in order to bolster the American resolve and the world resolve, in order to start funneling money into space programs and defense programs for space to stop the evil aliens that are trying to attack us.
Right.
It's going to be a way to funnel money.
I'm not even joking around. That is literally the plot to Watchmen. That's a comic book plot from 1984.
Most of the things that happen in the world have been comic book plots, if you think about it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I definitely look. I believe that. I think it's clear that on one side or another, somebody is trying to use. Okay, let me take a half step back. There is a community of people that really believe in UFOs. I mean, like really believe it and try to prove it, and they're out there with like telescopes and cameras or whatever, and they're like aimed at the sky on their weekends or whatever. The UFOologists, they're invested in proving that this stuff is really happening. Mm-hmm. And true or not, doesn't matter. Because they are so biased to prove that it's real, they can be leveraged and used and have been used by the government to be a distraction. Okay. So like, it doesn't matter if it's real or not. If people believe it so much, you can just feed them a little information and tune some radio waves at their radio and, make them hear some stuff.
There's loonies in every department.
Not loonies. I'm talking about organized government action to make people believe more than they already do, to give them fake information and let them run with it, because that's a great distraction.
Absolutely.
Real distraction. So there's, and if you listen to Y-Files ever, you'll hear them talk occasionally about the stuff that the CID, I think it's Richard Doherty and a few other repeat characters in history, used to run scams on these UFOologists in these communities, because they are already inclined to believe in this. Maybe they've had an experience, maybe they saw something, maybe they believe they saw something, like we talk all the time about the human brain, where like you can imagine something and then you can recount the story that you imagined so many times that it becomes an authentic memory, whether it happened or not. So certain people can be really predisposed to believe in something, and the littlest bit of information is enough for them to go, and they can be used. And I think the government has absolutely used that against some people.
Yes, I agree with that. Right, but not everybody. Okay,
not everybody.
All into everybody. And those people ruin.
I'm not making a claim.
You're
about
basically parroting. You're saying what I said earlier. The government is using all these people to make the one guy seem crazy. Maybe. The one guy might have the truth, and these all people have been told this, and just like you said, and it makes everybody look crazy.
And I think we can agree that somebody's not telling the truth here. And as long as that well is being poisoned, that's okay, all right.
Statement of the day.
So, hey, and as long as somebody's lying to us, then it's worth examining.
That's life. Somebody's not telling the truth.
Everybody lies, Deke.
That's your favorite fucking mantra. That's your mantra. That needs to be JJW. Everybody lies.
Yeah, trust no one. Yeah, that's true. All right. What else do you want to talk about? I'm going to close this tab on this alien thing for today.
Fuck the aliens. I should have known better with that fucking story.
It was great.
I'm glad you got a kick out of it, but I should have fucking known better.
Deke.
Trying to have a logical conversation. All right. I don't care what we talk about. You want to talk about the freaking... I don't care. I really don't care. I was struggling.
Google pays more than $10 billion a year for these positions. Did you read that story?
Yeah.
Government throws the book at big tech in court. Let's talk about the Google. Google has exploited its dominance of the internet to lock out competitors and smother innovation. The Department of Justice said Tuesday at the opening of the biggest U.S. antitrust trial in a quarter century. This sounds big, and I wasn't paying any attention to it. The case is about the future of the internet and whether Google's search engine will ever face meaningful competition. Do you use Google? I don't use Google. I've always been...
What do you use?
I don't know, Bing. A couple of different search engines.
You use Bing?
Yeah, sure. They all scour the same internet. They all crawl the web the same way. I mean, sometimes you have to use Google, but yeah. I've always been the guy that does something a little different, right? Like everybody's on Apple, I'm gonna be on Android, or if everybody's on, whatever this is, I'm gonna look at alternatives. Just think that it's important to not get sucked into whatever is the dominant system. Over the next 10 weeks, federal lawyers.
I agree with that, but
hey, Bing has GPT. Do you know Bing has AI built into the chat search?
That's cool. So does Google.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
What else does Bing have?
They're all this. It's the same stuff. It's the same stuff. Oh wow.
Do you know how useful AI is on your fucking search? Have you used it that way?
Hold on.
Do you know how useful it is? Not very at all.
What do you mean?
It sucks.
What do you mean?
You turn it off because it sucks.
Bing sucks.
AI in your chat. It don't matter if Google or Bing, all of them have AI in your search, whatnot.
I use it to summarize, to find summary. I don't use it very often, or for technical stuff. I use it at work sometimes. So we actually have somebody on Kick. I can't believe this. Kick.
What the fuck is Kick?
Yeah, I know, he doesn't even know. Hi, both y'all. Respond right. Def not a bot. He says he's definitely not a bot. This is a man. Please, but not by Ness. I don't know what that means. Hey, yeah. You're here. Okay, so Deke, I don't know if you know or not. We co-stream to YouTube, Rumble,
no, I don't know this.
Kick, Twitter. All at the same time. I know he doesn't care. He doesn't care.
Tell me all these places, and I'm not going to be on the show tomorrow. It's me and you talking to each other on a telephone call.
It is. We're just having a call, but we have a girl listening in. Actually, a couple girls, because we got Miss Danger.
I'm sorry. Yes, right. I apologize for my.
Don't apologize.
No, I apologize for my cuss words sometimes. I can't watch my tone. But if you wanted to have a logical conversation about words and the meaning of words, I would love to have this, because Ashley hates it when I talk about this, because she don't like cuss words either. And sometimes I let cuss words fly, because cuss words are adult words used to convey certain pieces of emotion. All right. And we use certain words in our English language, and that you can say that exact same phrase and sound in another language, and they won't know what you're talking about or get offended. But I can say a certain word over here, like the word that we use, the Latin word for slow that we use, that offends a lot of people. Retard offends people,
right?
But that's a Latin word that means slow.
But it's used as a pejorative.
It was used in a negative connotation over the years, and we all have agreed that that's what it means. So who really is the stupid ones? All right. The one that initially, yes, we are, because we're still agreeing to use the incorrect definition of the word.
Okay, but who? Okay,
why don't we all agree that this doesn't mean that? That doesn't mean it means slow. They were using it as slow to define his mental capacity. We understand that was wrong. It still means slow. I'm going to use it in everyday language as slow. And sorry if that offends your delicate sensibilities.
Amanda says that that she doesn't care about cuss words, but she is a girl. So the word that she does care about the definition of is she's a girl. She's not a guy. And I misgendered Amanda. Is Kick video the equivalent of being? I think it. I don't know. But it came up like a couple months ago, and then I looked over at it, and I haven't been back over there very much. Okay. It's kind of like Twitch.
Well, thank you for everybody on Kick. That's awesome.
No, I'm like super happy, because I was about to just dump that whole platform. But now somebody watched. All right. Google
all right. I love you. Let's talk about something else.
Yeah, who cares? I don't care about Google. You don't care about Google.
No, I don't either. I use Google because it's convenient. Do I know that they corral my searches and not let me have everything? Absolutely.
So
I would
that's
be an
actually
idiot not to think
that part of that is why I use Bing. Because on your phone, you say, okay, Google this, that. Oh, shit, I shouldn't have done that. Sorry.
I'm surprised mine didn't kick.
I know. Anyway, so you use that on occasion, wherever it knows who you are, where your phone is, where you're at, what you're asking, right? It knows all that stuff.
Care.
And then when you search,
what do I care?
But when you search for stuff on your browser too, it has all that information too. So by pushing some of it over to Bing, I just kind of I'm trying to just create a little confusion about.
I understand that.
A little create a confusion about me.
I can type in something. I can type in the start to a phrase here in Kentucky, and it will auto generate certain phrases. But then I will go to
right there, Amanda.
So then I can go to Texas and type in that same phrase, and it will give me different auto results based on my region and whatnot. So I understand that Google brainwashes and they do certain things like that. And I understand why you do and use Bing and whatnot, but
I'm just stretching it out.
Bing, I understand. But if you really wanted to do, there's other search engines out there.
DuckDuckGo. There's a couple of them.
No,
you don't like that one?
Some of those that you don't.
Talking dark web? Are you talking dark web?
No, there's certain search engines that if you want the real information, you can get real information on it.
Can't click the Discord.
Corralled by Google. Google is just easy because it's a monopoly.
Amanda, this QR code takes you to the Discord server, or you can maybe cut and paste. I'm sorry, the link doesn't work. They do whatever they do. She says she can't click it, so I think she's trying to click in the description.
Yeah, that'll take you to the show.
Let me get.
No, that says the invite link is invalid or has expired.
Well, son of a bee.
We've been telling people to go.
We have been. I'm going to just turn that off. Let me see what's up with the QR code. Okay. Let's talk about poverty. Let's talk about being poor, Deke.
I'm poor. I talk about that every day, JJ.
Why the
I don't want to
is
talk
it broken
anymore?
The link is broken, man.
Because when you did it, you didn't.
It's all right. Sigh. Nothing goes right on this show ever. Income dropped and poverty soared.
I know how they can go to our Discord.
How can they get there?
Watch this.
He's going to do some magical stuff. Meanwhile,
yep.
Oh,
scan that.
Does that work?
Yep.
Oh, that takes them to our that takes them to our Rumble channel.
Oh, that takes you to the Rumble channel. Never mind.
Okay. Well, look, before the chat's done, I'll put a link in the description.
We'll fix it. Yeah, we'll fix it.
Income dropped, poverty soared under Biden. Census Bureau. Inflation soared 7.8% from 21 to 22, marking the largest single-year increase in the cost of living since 1981. My entire life, dude. Despite the Biden administration's effort to tout the alleged success of Bidenomics, a report from the U.S. Census Bureau has revealed that many Americans saw their economic situation deteriorate dramatically in the first half of Biden's term. While the official poverty rate hovered around 11.5% in both 21 and 22, according to the report, the supplemental poverty measure increased 4.6% in 2022 to reach 12.4%, marking the first overall increase in the metric since 2010. In total, 37.9 million Americans lived in poverty in 2022. That's like 10% of our country, dude, in poverty. And down here, there's the median income. I personally don't even make the median income. Income, meanwhile, dropped across an array of metrics. Real median household income declined 2.3%. From 76,330 to 74,540. Okay, so my household makes more than this, but my own income is less than this. While real median earnings of all workers dropped 2.2%. So your money's worth less, and you can't buy shit anymore. You can buy less shit. He put it in there, and I will put that in the QR code.
That's just a little, I just created a never expire link real quick.
Whoops, sorry, I'm trying to copy it. Copy.
That's all right.
Bleep. QR code. Paste. There. New QR code. Should work.
Wait.
Sorry about the confusion. It was, you know what? It was fucking Cindy. Cindy.
I don't even know who Cindy is.
I know. All right, Deke.
Yeah, that one works. Your
wife's a real estate agent. has the housing.
If you need to buy a house in Kentucky, please DM me. If you need to buy a house in Kentucky, please DM me immediately.
Did you hear from SSS? Because he said he just moved to Kentucky. Did he?
No, you son of a. I'm going to sleep on the couch tonight because of that.
Don't tell her.
No, I'm required to say that anytime.
Yeah.
That we mention that she's a real estate agent.
I think we've all we've all seen stuff get more expensive. Obviously, gas prices.
Oh my God, the interest rate is like 7 point something right now. No one is buying.
You can't fucking buy a 30-year mortgage with a 7% interest rate. Are you stupid as fuck?
Me and Ashley are freaking on the nights that we're sitting at home and the kids are doing stuff. We're like, let's go DoorDash. We've been DoorDashing, making some extra freaking money.
For real?
Absolutely, we have to. I mean, God Almighty, it's a struggle. And if we can make $40 or $50 in 4 hours instead of sitting there on the couch staring at our phones or doing whatever, I'm completely fine with that.
The world we're living in right now.
I know.
It's.
Do you know how many hours? I just turned in my hours. I'm not on salary because I do not want to be on salary.
Oh, okay.
No, I put in a lot of work I wouldn't get paid for. So you know how many hours I put in for the last 2 weeks? 97 was the hours that I put in for 2 weeks.
Cumulatively?
Cumulatively for 2 weeks.
Or at your radio job.
No, at my radio job.
Okay.
Just at my radio job, I put in 97 hours here. I just turned them in yesterday, and I had like 4 soccer games, extra
on top of that.
On top of that,
I mean,
and I can barely pay my bills.
Right? Yeah.
There's no way that if I had an emergency right now, I don't know what I would do. There's no way I could take a vacation at all, anywhere. You know, it's just a struggle.
Yeah,
it's a struggle.
Yeah, and you got,
and it's not like I don't work.
Right. It's not that. It's that people that have other interests way outside of where you're at are causing market forces to Washington's printing trillions of dollars, right? Mm-hmm. That makes your dollar worth less money. Your $1 bill is worth less because your dollar is worth how much it is because, like, we all agree that a dollar's worth $1, and then there's so many dollars. Except the government makes more dollars. So it's supply and demand.
Pause right there. I just want to explain to the people. So what JJ is saying that is from about the 90s to now, we have had government programs that we have just.
She's 91.
I'm 91. Holy crap.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your service to our country.
Listen, there are programs that have gone through our government, and I'm saying since the 90s. It's probably been well since before that. There's programs that have gone through our government that has done this. They have just printed money and printed money. How many trillions of dollars? Didn't Obama, while he was in office, didn't he double the national debt? Like, they used to poke fun at Bush because he had $4 trillion debt. But by the time Obama left office, it was like $9 trillion in debt. This is why, see what JJ just said about your dollar, folks. This is why it costs you $4 for a cheeseburger at McDonald's now. That is why, because that $4 is still worth $1. The problem is the government has printed $5 more now for that $1. So your dollar is not worth that anymore. I know it sounds confusing, but
let me show you something else here, Deke. Here is the M1 money supply from let's say, I want to spoil it there. Until 2020, this was the M1 money supply. This is how many dollars where they print. Oh, you can't see it. Folks can't see it. This is dollars that were printed and in distribution and circulation. From 1970, there was there's $200 million dollar bills. And then 1980, 1995. It's pretty stable through the
1990. See, at 1990, it goes up.
Yeah. And it goes up. And then in the 2010s, well, what happened in 2001? Oh, you know what happened in 2001. And then we had our spending, and then we ramped it up in the
JJ,
2010s.
You remind us?
Yeah, no, I'm not going to remind you.
Thank you.
And then, look, we started ramping up in the mid 2010s.
So who was president? Who was in
this
control
is,
of the country?
Let's see, 2008 to 2016 or so. But hold on, it gets way worse. This is the M1 money supply since COVID. Our entire history of your life and our parents' lives, the M1 money supply was down here around less than $4 trillion. And starting in 2020, bloop, we just printed like $8 trillion or something like this. You think your dollar bill is like, oh, why can't I afford anything? Because it now costs like,
why.
This is exactly why. And
this is why.
And who makes the decision of how to print this money? The Fed and rich people and their fucking political allies. And those people, what they're doing is they're taking the value of the dollar and they're just squeezing it out, and they're keeping all of it for themselves. And the rest of us have to spend too much money on milk.
Okay, we don't have much time left. I want to show this one real quick. Don't believe this lying billionaire. She's got a fucking book coming out.
Oh,
that's why she is defending herself over this vitriol of Maui. She can't believe the attacks and lies and conspiracy theories really took the focus off of what's the most important thing, which is the people of Maui. Fuck off, you billionaire bitch. Nobody likes you. You could fix that whole island by yourself and not even make a difference in your money supply. I hate that woman. She is an evil, evil woman. All right. I don't want to tell
people in Maui or in Hawaii what to do. Like, oh, you guys should do this or you guys should do that or whatever. But like, I mean, these people are, I guess, being forced to sell their land or something like that because it's going to cost too much to rebuild. I don't know what to tell you what to do, but I certainly don't want to propose any solutions. It's not my business. But rich people buying up everything, it sure sounds like a common story.
And I got one more for you, JJ. Do you watch, have you ever watched Dancing with the Stars?
Not in a while. Not in a long time. No.
Would there be anybody on Dancing with the Stars if I said so-and-so was on Dancing with the Stars? Would you be like, I might watch that? You can't think of one celebrity, maybe?
I mean, I really just don't care what celebrities do. I'm not.
I really don't either. I
really just don't even care about that.
Honestly, to be honest, I have never watched one episode of this TV show because I just don't care. I've seen clips of the show, but I've never seen like an episode. Sit down and watch Dancing with the
Maybe
Stars.
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Why Neil deGrasse Tyson?
I don't know. He could do everything else, right?
He's a really good entertainer.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Christopher Walken.
Christopher Walken?
Yeah. You ever watch that music video he did for that? Rick, did you know what that music video was? Dancing with the Stars.
Matt Walsh has been named as a contestant on Dancing with the Stars. You know Matt Walsh?
And then add the name
from the Daily Wire. And he does. Yeah, he started off as a podcaster.
Yeah. Matt Walsh. Okay. Really, what is a woman?
Really
gotcha.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was really good at it.
Yeah.
They hired him. He's also he's alongside Allison Hannigan. Remember her from Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
Gay witch.
Yeah, I always liked her.
Okay.
Brady Bunch alum Barry Williams. Wasn't he Greg? No, he wasn't Greg. Who was Barry Williams?
He's one of the Bradys.
I think he was Greg.
Weapon of Choice by Fatboy Slim. Thank you, Richter. I knew you would know, my man. Weapon
of Choice. He was Greg. Yeah, Greg Brady. Jason Mraz. I've met him. Before he was anything. Yeah, he was not even popular when I met him. He was just an up and coming artist. Oscar winning performer Mira Sorvino. Tyson Beckford. And then some other people.
I don't know why I know Tyson Beckford.
Jamie Lynn Spears. She was in The Sopranos.
Is that Britney Spears' sister? Jamie Lynn Spears.
Maybe Jamie Lynn Spears was. Yeah, she wasn't in The Sopranos. That's her sister. Yeah, you're right. I think on that.
All right. Yeah, no, I like Matt Walsh. Even that is not enough to get me to watch Dancing with the Stars. Sorry. All right, it's. I think it's joke time, sir. We need some giggles. We had too much emotional tension this morning.
I'll give you a special thing in our server. I'm going to go to general right now and post it in general right now. And it's a special article that I had in my secret articles, and it's how to access thousands of free audiobooks.
Oh, with Microsoft AI.
Yeah.
You know what they call that?
Cool.
They call that Bing.
Check it out.
It's Bing.
I don't care what it's called. You get free audiobooks. Go to Bing and look up your free audio.
I'm going to go check that out. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Educate yourself a little bit. Maybe you'll believe in aliens.
Ladies and gentlemen, this brings us to the close of our show. And as we do, we feel obligated, really, for a show called Your Two Dads. We feel obligated to tell you dad jokes at the end of the show. So that's what you're going to get, especially to Amanda. Thanks for watching on Kick, Amanda. I don't know how Kick works.
Did you hear the one about the constipated mathematician, JJ?
I did not.
Yeah, he worked it out with a pencil.
Oh, yeah, that's great. Yes, that's good. That's good. That's disgusting.
I'm sorry.
Too.
I've been holding on to that one. I know. It's pretty gross.
Yeah. All right. Hey, do you know how to make a squirrel fall in love with you?
I know this one. Wait a minute. I know this one. I don't know this one.
Oh, it's not that hard. Just act like a nut.
Oh, that's not what I was thinking of.
Oh my God. Thanks for watching, everybody. Like and subscribe. Oh. That woman is creepy as fuck.